Hello and welcome to our tutorial for the prescriptions page. This is our home page, and you will see this once you've logged in as a practitioner. Your name will appear up top here. This is my page. For those of you who know me, this is Ram, and I'll be guiding you through this. The first button that you'll be clicking on is here, practitioner, and you'll be given these options here. Please click on patient prescriptions. And welcome to our patient prescription page. This is where you'll be writing your formulas for your patients. Please begin by putting in your patient name, and I'll ask you to do so right here. Pretty straightforward. Let's start off with John Doe. Next, you'll be entering the dosage type. In this section, you will be able to convert from raw to granular once that you've written a formula. We highly recommend that you start all formulas in raw, as we've learned herbal medicine and the dosages in raw, and that most texts suggested dosages are based on raw. For those of you who are able to think in granular format, you can begin with granular, but it does get a little bit complicated. So this tutorial will guide you through raw here. So once you begin with the raw, once you've clicked raw, you enter the servings. So here it is for 1 packet a day, or sometimes you'll do 2 packets a day. If you're going to convert, this part doesn't, the number of days doesn't matter as much because the formula is based on per packet, the ratios. So I usually put 1 and 1 here. Next, you'll have this section here where you could type in additional comments. I use this section for additional instructions. For example, take after meals. As you can see, everything that is being chosen here and typed out here will appear on the right side. This is your ticket. So we're populating the ticket. As you can see, my name, the patient, the date, and so forth. And pretty soon we're going to populate this information and the herbs. So finally, we're going to start prescribing the herbs. There's 3 ways that we could approach this. One, you know the disease and you want to find out the patterns. You want to find out what the suggested formulas are, what the modifications are, using our database. You can do so, and it already starts off with this tab here. You choose you find a way. You choose a way to find the herbs you need. So by disease, you can here click the disease, and let's choose one we're all familiar with here, anxiety. And the subclass or the patterns here will be provided. So the subclass, very common ones that we know very well. Let's pick one we know well. There we go. Heart and kidney yin shu. Once you pick that, then the formulas, suggested formulas will populate. Therefore, we got 4 different formulas for that pattern. It's up to the practitioner, because they know the patient, to choose the best formula for them. So my patient, for example, this would be the best formula. Once you pick it, then you press the plus button to populate the formula and its ingredients and suggested dosages, because in this area suggested dosages are provided on the ticket. So I press plus, and as you see to your right, here's the formula and here are the ingredients, and our program will tell you what our pharmacy has or does not have. And please remember, a lot of herbs that we do not have in raw, we do have in granular. So you could always go back and add that. And so here's your formula. And let's see what the common modifications are. I see in this case there's no common modifications listed. Under other diseases and patterns, you will find some common modifications. And once you click that, it will populate here with the additional herbs and suggested dosages that we suggest. So once you've done that, this section below here is called additional herbs. In this section, you can add additional herbs or even full formulas without dosages. So dosages are not included. This is your own modifications. I want to add, aye. There you go. I want to add, for example, we're not carrying that, let's say Bajitan, and it pops up here. How much of that would you like? Well, let's do 6 grams. I want to add a full formula. This is a yin deficiency condition, so let's add I don't know, Da Boolean one. Remember, you could always type here too. There we go. And you can add that here. Here's the whole formula, and you can change the dosages. I think this is pretty clear. So now you have a formula and it's been modified, and as you've been picking the information here on top of the ticket, it has populated. Once you're done, this is your formula. That means there's 54 grams, and here's the ratio of each herb to the complete formula. As we convert, our computer will hold the integrity of this formula and the ratio of each herb to that formula in the future. So as we write a formula here, this will remain a constant. So we've changed the dosages and we're ready to go. This is the time to change dosages. Let's say you don't want a gel at 10 grams, you want it at 5 grams. This is the place to change it. Because once we convert and try to change dosages, you'll see it'll get a little bit complex. So this is the time to do it. Now that I have my formula, it looks good to me. I'm going to scroll up here and I'm going to click this button to convert. That's if you want to convert. And now I'm going to convert. Alright, now it's the time where it's going to ask you serving information. Why is it asking you this? Well, it's completely dependent on the total number of grams that you want to give the patient. So let's start here. How many scoops you want to give the patient? Well, usually it's 3 scoops twice a day. And how many days would you like to give it to? Well, let's go 10 days here. As you can see, the dosages to the right are changing. Why are they changing? Because this dosage is the total dosage of Baishao in the formula. Therefore, if I'm doing it for 20 days, obviously it's going to be more Baishao. As you see, all the numbers are changing, and they're holding the integrity of the original formula that you wrote in raw. I hope that makes sense, because if I go here now and I change this dosage of Ejao, notice the dosage of all the other herbs are changing. Why is it changing? Because I just took Ejao from 30 grams to 15 grams. And where's that 15 grams going to go? Well, our computer will distribute it to all the other herbs according to the ratio of each herb in the formula to the total dosage that you wrote in raw. So all the hard work is being done for you. This is something we haven't learned in clinic. As we change the dosage of one herb, you have to change the dosage of the other herbs to make sure the total grams, because we're giving 135 grams, because that patient is taking 3 scoops twice a day for 15 days. Therefore, we can't, the herbs don't just disappear. They have to get distributed accordingly. So our program does that for you, which takes out all the guesswork, and it makes it incredibly accurate, and which is really good for your patient. Once you've done so, there it is, 134 grams. Here's the total cost, and you can send it to the pharmacy. This concludes the by disease. Actually, we could continue here. We have 1 minute to wrap this up. I'm going to reset everything, and I want to show you this tab here is by formula. Why would I choose by formula compared to by disease? Well, I already know the disease. I've already actually decided what formula I want for my patient. I'm going to pick by formula tab here to choose a formula. Please remember, in this section, you can choose a formula and suggested dosages are included. See this here? It's included. So when I pick a formula, here, to the right it populates, including the dosages. What if I don't want dosages? I want my own custom dosages. Well, let's delete that here. In this section here, under additional herbs, you could always pick single herbs or formulas without dosages. And I actually suggest going to the custom tab if you want a custom formula. Go to the custom tab, and remember, in this section here, you can add single herbs or formulas without dosages. So here's Dabu and there's the formula without dosages. I can go in now and change the dosages to what I would like them to be. Please remember, now it's up to you, and here I am under granular. It's up to you as a practitioner to give the exact dosages that you want. The formula finder will not adjust the ratios, and it's up to you to match the total grams here to what you're prescribing the patient. It has to total 135 grams. So it's truly a custom formula based on what you would like. I highly recommend starting with raw. So what I would do in this scenario is reset everything, start with raw, pick your formulas, there's W1 again, and change the dosages the way you want them to change, because with raw you don't have to worry about matching up your total grams to the instructions up here, because it's per packet. It doesn't matter, you could add whatever grams you would like. Once you've done that, then it's really easy to convert it to granular, and it'll do it for you like that. And you can change it, and here's the total grams. Now you don't have to worry about the headache of matching this with that. I hope that makes sense. If at any time you have any problems, you can call the pharmacy and we will walk you through it. And we would love your feedback. I hope this program helps you write formulas. It makes it easier for you to write formulas, and it allows you to do it in a timely fashion, whereas we couldn't do it before. It should take no longer than 3 to 5 minutes now to write a full formula, including dosages and converting it to granular. Once again, if you have any questions, you can call this number below here and either set up a tutorial or get help instantly. Thank you for watching our tutorial.